All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 003824 and 2025 CR 003825, State versus Christopher Anthony Mazuka Garcia. Can I have parties announced?
Duffy Pitlock for the state of Texas, Your Honor.
Michelle for the defendant, we're ready.
Just a second. Excuse me, counsels, if you all could move from behind the court reporter. And we're back on the record. And are you Mr. Garcia?
Yes, ma'am.
State, are you proceeding on the indictments as presented in each cause number?
No, Your Honor, we are not.
All right,
A motion to reduce to a third-degree felony attempted assault peace officer.
No
in
objection,
in each cause number?
In each cause number, Your Honor, yeah.
Any objection?
no objection.
In each cause number, the state has asked that the charge be attempted assault of a peace officer or judge. That is a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. According to your plea, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of attempted assault of a peace officer. They're recommending deferred adjudication. The cases were run concurrently. There's to be no contact with the complainants. Did you understand that to be the plea? Defense?
Yes, sir.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then in each cause number to the lesser included offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
All right, in each cause number, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, sir.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
I would urge you to follow the plea recommendation. The state tell us in negotiation that if he behaves himself, they would not oppose his application for early termination at half term.
All right, so Mr. Garcia, do you have a place to stay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you live there by yourself or with someone else?
I live with my girlfriend, my mom, my dad, and my grandparents.
All right, are there any minors in the home?
Oh, ma'am.
All right, so why were you at a homeless encampment? What was going on with you then?
Honestly, I'd lost a good friend at that time, and I just recently lost another one 2 days ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And I was kind of going through it with my parents, and we weren't agreeing on things. And I kind of just wanted to be away from everybody where I wasn't having a lot of people around me, so I kind of stayed in the forest.
All right, and if you're drug tested today, what will the results be?
Obviously.
All right, so here's the thing. If you have a drug issue, now is the time to tell me, because I'm going to accept your plea bargain agreement to place you on probation, but I'm trying to figure out what would be good conditions to give you. I don't do cookie cutter conditions. I look at each person as an individual. So I'm trying to figure out what you need. So if you're going to test positive today, that's not a violation of your probation because you're not on probation. You understand?
Understood.
So tell me about yourself. Are you going to be clean?
I should be clean, yes, ma'am.
All right. When's the last time you used and what did you use?
There was a store that had a little concession stand. They had these vapes.
So you're just saying marijuana?
Yeah. And I really don't even like it. I was just, and then the moment, hey, try this, I say if you like it. And I was like, okay, but I have a kind of thing against drugs.
All right. Have you ever had any mental health diagnosis?
Yes, I was a foster kid.
All right. And what was your mental health diagnosis? Do you?
PTSD. I was considered bipolar at one point. I had a ADHD, and then I don't know the rest of it.
Mr. Garcia was, he's adopted. He was abused as a child. He's seen a lot.
Okay.
You don't have the videos in front of you, Judge, but if you watched it, he was scared. And I think that trauma has carried forward as an adult. So I would recommend, some type of mental health counseling. You're not going to have any problems as far as drugs with them. THC, you have no idea what's out there being sold, but I've never suggested or thought that he was under the influence of alcohol, methamphetamine, cocaine. He's not doing any of that kind of stuff.
It's for my daughter, honestly. I really don't want to ever have to deal with a father that's not alive because of substance I took in.
Okay. And do you have any children?
Do I have a daughter?
How old?
She's 5.
All right. Have you had contact with her?
For the first time I do this, got to see her 3 times this month.
Okay. All right. This is what the court is going to do. In each cause number, the court is going to sentence you to 3 years deferred adjudication. They will run concurrently. There's to be no contact with Jonathan Cokerham, Cokerham, and Christian Benavides. 100 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once you complete that, the restitution hours will be deemed satisfied. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. So here's the thing. You can still see your daughter, one of your parents, your mom or somebody needs to just supervise it. Once you complete parenting classes, your attorney can come back and I'll consider lifting that. All right. There's going to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be regular random UAs, proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors, field visits 1 time per month for 6 months, MIC evaluation out of custody, CAP evaluation out of custody, follow recommendations. If the recommendations include inpatient treatment, we'll have a conversation about it and we'll see what's the best fit for him. And I'm going to run a referral to mental health court. State, do you have any objections if mental health court were to accept him, that there be a motion for new trial filed?
No, Judge.
All right, so mental health court will not take him if he's on probation. So we'll do a referral to mental health court. I think they'll be able to address all his issues. And then if they're accepting of him, then you come back with a motion for a new trial and this will be taken off. All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. Oh, and I'm sorry, probation, I really don't see this as an anger management issue. I think there are other mental health issues that are causing certain behaviors. So that's why I didn't order anger management. If for any reason you have an issue, you feel that you need some help, just let your probation officer know, okay? All right, good luck to you. You're welcome. All right, Carlos Perez. All right. Hello. All right, how are you doing?
Okay,
All right, so counsel, did you receive an offer?
I did, Your Honor. We made a counter offer on the case. I can just confirm with Mr.
Okay.
I believe he is mulling our counter.
All right, sir, how old are you? All right, Ms. Ferguson, if I can have a 3-week reset for a plea deadline, please. And why were you late for court?
I got here 2 minutes before 9.
No, I called the docket and you didn't answer.
You do?
Yeah, I did. I called the docket exactly at 9.
I was,
So here's the thing. Let me explain something to you. Sometimes people don't like for me to lecture them about being on time, but this is what I was brought up to believe, that when you are late, when you have an appointment, unless there's been some sort of emergency, you're telling that person that there's something else that was more important. Now, other judges, and I've had other judges who sat for me before because I've been at a CLE or had a judge meeting or something I need to do. Those judges, you know what they do? Once they pass your name and they call your name and you're not here, even if they haven't finished calling the docket, when you walk in, you know what they do? They have the deputy take you into custody and you make the trip to the Bexar County Jail. Am I right, Deputy Laura?
That's correct.
They don't do any of this. Oh, the attorney comes in and the attorney says, well, he's sorry for being late. It's his first time. The other judge would be like, no. And you make the trip to the Bexar County Jail. So you need to be on time. You understand? All right, Ms. Ferguson, the date. All right, July 29th.
we'll be here on time.
All right, thank you. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Luis Briseño.
All right, Mr. Briseño, your attorney was here. Just give us a moment. State on Briseño, do you know if you all have any information on whether or not he owes restitution? None? All right, so Mr. Briseño, there's no
sir.
restitution amount for your case, so the restitution on this case is closed, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, and how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm in treatment right now. So far, it's working really, very well.
Okay, that's awesome. If you need anything, be sure to let us know, all right?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome, and make sure you stay in contact with probation.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, probation, do you need anything? It is 2024, CR 011184. All right, Mr. Briseno, you are excused. Have a great rest of your day. You're welcome.
You too.
The court is calling 2017 CR 3456W, State versus Katrina Goodwin. Can I have parties announced?
Duffy Pitlock for the state of Texas, Your Honor.
Todd Barnhart, Ms. Goodman.
And are you Ms. Goodwin?
Yes.
All right, did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Are you the same Katrina Goodwin who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2017 CR 3456W for the offense of theft of property less than $200,000 on May 15th, 2017 for a period of 5 years and extended for a total of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, Judge, that was me.
All right, state.
Yes, Judge. State is alleging that violation of condition number 2 on or about the 6th day of January 2025 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Katrina Goodwin did then and there illegally use a controlled substance, namely amphetamines, in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, Your Honor.
The state will waive and abandon the remaining violation, Your Honor.
No objection, Your Honor.
Just one moment. I'm trying to find the indictment. Here we go. All right, I think the judgment needs to be corrected. We can go off the record. The judgment needs to be corrected. The judgment puts this as a 2nd-degree felony. But she pled to a 3rd-degree felony. So just one moment. This was before my time. All right, Adriana, the judgment on this needs to be changed to reflect that it's a 3rd-degree felony. All right, we are back on the record. So you entered a plea of true to violation of condition number 2. Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2? Court will find violation of condition number 2 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Judge.
Yes.
That agreement is to continue probationer on probation, but the state is recommending, in line with the probation's recommendation, a 1-year extension, weekly reporting, and weekly UAs for the first 30 days.
All right, thank you.
Yes, Judge.
All right, so Ms. Goodwin, I don't think you're a good candidate for probation. And let me explain to you why. This is not your first time with a motion to revoke. It doesn't appear that there's anything else that can be done to help you. I understand that drug addiction is very difficult to conquer and you have to stay vigilant. But when people give you the tools that you need and you just don't use them, that's a problem. So I don't think you are a good candidate for probation. And I'm not going to continue you on probation. So I'm going to grant the motion, find you guilty, and revoke. Counsel, did you want to speak to years? Because
Yeah.
she's been on probation since 2017.
Correct. She has completed the successfully Take Peach program.
Mhm.
And judge was also done the 90-day jail sanction. So she has some back time.
Mhm.
So we're asking for the minimum 2 years because she was hoping to get, of course, continued with the objective of paying the rest of the restitution. That's why there's asking for extension of a year.
Mhm.
But without that, then we will ask for the minimum 2 years.
And probation, what's the amount of restitution?
Outstanding amount of restitution at this time is $6,977.11.
And who does that restitution go to? All right, the court, as previously stated, is going to grant the motion, revoke, find you guilty, give you credit for any time served, credit for any time in any successful completion of inpatient treatment. There's to be restitution of $6,977.11 to U-Haul. The therapeutic community, the court will sentence you to 4 years in the prison. All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. We can only do so much, right? The therapeutic community is a good program, but you're going to have to request it. I have no jurisdiction to force them to place you in the program. Once you're released from prison, If you can't find a place that can help with your drug addictions, if I'm still here, you can come back here and I'll find a place for you, okay? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Excuse.
Yes, thank you. Mr. Arguelles?
Yes, ma'am.
Here you are. All right, Mr. Pena, come forward, please. Hi, how old are you?
Morning, man.
Good morning.
21.
All right, so here's the thing. You're young, and I'm sure your attorney has probably told you, whatever happened with this, these are people that you should not be hanging around. This is your chance to get your life together. Otherwise, you're gonna end up at the jail and end up in prison. You understand?
Yes, man. You will never see me in this courtroom ever again. I've
All
never
right.
been in trouble. I don't plan on getting in trouble. I plan on doing something in my life.
All right, what are your plans?
Getting back at my job at overnight HEB
Okay,
and getting my apartment back in my car.
all right.
It's a blessing.
So what's your dream job?
I really want like to be a real estate agent.
Okay, well, I mean, that's doable, but here's the thing. If that's your dream job, you need to write it down on a sheet of paper, and then you need to figure out what steps you need to take to make that happen. Otherwise, your attorney will tell you, he and I, what are we, 22 years old? Once you pass once you pass 21, time starts flying. And then you look up and it's 30 years, or you're 30 or you're 40, and you still have this dream of being a real estate agent and you didn't do anything to try to get there. You understand?
Yes, man.
All right. Good luck to you, okay?
Thank you. God bless.
Thank you. They'll release you at midnight. I have no control over that. And no more tattoos, especially on the face, okay? All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 002709, State versus Glenn Lorenzo White. Could I have parties announced, please?
Rick Pena for the state of Texas.
Bob Romack for Glenn White.
And are you Mr. White?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you entered a plea of no contest on May 27th. According to your plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 6 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine, affirmative finding of deadly weapon. This is to run concurrent with 2025 CC 005111, and there's an affirmative finding of family violence. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report? State,
Yes, Your Honor.
defense,
Yes, ma'am.
any objections?
No.
State,
I'm from the state.
No
Defense.
objection.
all right. Any witnesses from either side?
No.
Any witnesses?
None from the state.
All right, then, state. Let me see, I believe you may be opposed. Just one moment.
I was silent, Your Honor.
All right, you're solid. All right, you may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Counsel, I'll hear your argument.
Judge, Mr. White's had some issues in the past. He said it's different this time. He spent time in jail. It's helped him develop a new outlook. He told me he's gonna follow your instructions. If you give him probation, he'll never be back here again. We like the recommendations, the probation, outpatient treatment, weekly drug testing. He's had a drug problem. He needs to address that.
Mhm.
Also, the 180-day jail sanction is a good idea. We're in agreement with all that.
All right, so, Mr. White, is there anything you want to say?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record, please.
My name is Dean Lorenzo White.
All right, what did you want to say?
I would say that I made a mistake in my life when I lost control.
All right, so here's the thing. Are these mistakes or are these choices?
No, it was really a mistake.
Why do you say it's a mistake?
Because I don't know, I just lost it at that moment.
Well, no,
And I got really angry and stuff.
no, here's the thing. You picked up a hatchet, right?
I knew it was tomahawk.
Okay, you picked up 2 tomahawks. Did you think it was something else? Or did you know it was a tomahawk?
No, it was tomahawk. I just grabbed them and I wasn't thinking.
All right, so you grab 2 tomahawks. And according to this, it's with this Monique Gant,
Yes,
someone that you've used drugs with. I don't know why you all are still together because I've read the PSI report and you have 2 children, younger children. You don't even know where they are. because you were using drugs, she was using drugs. You didn't get your life together with CPS, and your children your rights ended up being terminated. And you're still with this person. So according to this, it says, because I want you to tell me where the mistake is. Victim stated that suspect, that's you, arrived at the location to charge his car battery. Suspect saw victim's car and went inside the house to take groceries that the victim bought. Suspect put 2 hatchets on victim's car. Suspect then grabbed a pole that was on the ground and tore through victim's taped up window and attempted to grab things from her vehicle. Suspect then grabbed the 2 hatchets and was swinging them around, approaching victim, coming within 5 feet of victim. Victim stated that suspect said, "I'm going to cut this bee," and noticed witness standing behind her. Victim stated that suspect walked to the neighbor's house and dropped off the 2 hatchets at the neighbor's house.
The other day is not true. I went to my mom's house. That was my mom's house.
So why would you try to take groceries from the vehicle?
I didn't take no groceries from the vehicle.
Well, I mean, she said you cut through her window. I'm assuming the window
Yeah,
was.
no, I picked up the little pipe thing, and it had plastic on the window, and I just like tore it open.
Why?
I was intoxicated too, Charlie.
All right, here's the thing, Mr. White. I don't think you'll be a good candidate for probation. And let me just tell you why. You've been on probation before. Then you have a theft case that you were convicted of. Then you have a criminal mischief that you were convicted of. Then you have an assault case that you were convicted of. This started in the 80s. And then you have another criminal mischief that you were convicted of. Then you have another assault case, they say dismissed for insufficient evidence. It's probably dismissed because the complainant didn't want to go forward with it. Then you had a possession of marijuana, and I realized it's marijuana, but you were placed on probation for that, and your probation was revoked. Then you had another assault, and now we're in the 2010s. You had another assault, and you were given probation, and your probation was revoked. Then now you have a violation of bond or protective order, which I'm assuming is related somehow to this incident. Then you had an aggravated robbery case that was rejected. I'm not even considering that because it's rejected. I don't know why it was rejected. Then you had dealing cocaine. You were sentenced to state jail facility. Then you had another dealing cocaine and you were sentenced to prison. Then you had a burglary with intent to commit theft by force, and you received 15 years for that. And then you had another manufacturing delivering. You did time for that. Then you had an aggravated robbery. It was dismissed for missing witness, injury to the elderly, dismissed, missing witness. And now you're here before me. How old are you?
I'm going to be 62 years old.
All right. So I don't think you're a good candidate for probation.
Can I say something?
Sure.
See, I've changed my life. My mom got sick now. I'm old too. And I don't know if I had that much time left in my life. But I really want to see my mom. She's in her 80s. If I go away, she will pass away. That's all I have in my life is my mom.
All right. So here's my question for you. And I'm not trying to be cruel, but you knew about your mom. Why would you do this, knowing about your mom?
Well, my mom just got sick recently since I've been locked up.
Mm-hmm.
This year started since I got locked up. She's been in the hospital in and out about 4 or 5 times. She had a minor heart attack.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to be like this.
Well, I mean, these are things we need to consider, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. The court is finding you guilty. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon, affirmative finding of family violence. The court will sentence you to 5 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. This is to run concurrent with 2025 CC 005111. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, and there's to be no contact with Monique Gant, Gant. And the court will recommend the therapeutic community. All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing, Mr. White. Your history doesn't look good, right? And sometimes I look at that, right? And I have to look at that because I have to consider everything. And so I'm looking at your history, and your offense is escalated. And then you have different issues where you are placed on probation, your probation gets revoked. You're given parole, you don't do well on parole. And I will tell you, I've done parole hearings before, and parole is so much easier than probation is. Because parole is sort of, in a way, it's sort of like college. And this is the best way I can explain it. When you're in public school and you're not in college yet, everybody is telling you everything to do. This is your class for today. That's what probation does. When you get on parole, what they do is they don't tell you, you need to do this, this, and this. They just give you a sheet of paper. You have your freedom. And on parole, if you report, call them whenever they want you to call and do a drug test and get employment, they're happy, they're satisfied. So for you to have the parole issues that you've had, that tells me a lot. But I'm recommending the therapeutic community for you. The therapeutic community will help you when your parole time comes up, because they're going to see that you are actually doing something to try to help you with your drug addiction. Because when people are looking at whether or not to place you on parole, and I've done parole packets for my clients in the past too, they want to know if they place you on parole, is this a person who's not going to commit any more offenses? So you need to be working on a plan. Like, I'm going to be doing sober support meetings. This is where I'm going to be doing them. This is where I'm going to be living. I'm going to be stable. This is how I'm showing you that I'm going to be stable. That's what you'll need to do for them, okay? All right, good luck to you, sir.
Good luck. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Mankata Israel?
Yes, Your Honor. I might approach.
Yes. And he's zooming in
on
right now.
Zoom.
Yes. Let me just put this in the system. Just give me a moment, counsel. All right, Mr. Mankata, just give me a moment, okay?
Okay.
Now you put a song in my head. So far away. Doesn't anybody? Who is it by? It's by, what is her name? I can see her hair. She has blonde hair with the curls. She sings that song. I bet you think this song is about you. It's gonna come to me. But I love that song. Doesn't anybody stay in any? Yes, Carol. What's her name? Yes. But I love that song. Doesn't anyone stay in one place anymore? All right. So let me pull him up on the system. All right, yes.
Judge, he was required to take some courses,
Mm-hmm.
and I have here proof. I've given those courses to the probation officer, so they're.
So how do you expand this?
Oh, good question.
I may be only 22, but my vision isn't what it used to be. So I'm like expanded. Are we dealing with an Android?
It's an apple.
See, if it works.
Your apple, Judge. That's one of them. And then I'll have to click on the other one so you can see it.
I'm also old and don't have.
So this one was the 4-hour course, Judge, for
Okay.
that parenting class.
Alrighty. So while they're doing that, how's the baby?
She's doing great.
And how old now?
She's a month.
Okay, keep it like that if you
Okay,
can.
all right.
So that was a defensive driving course, and that was 6 hours.
Alrighty. So you say she's a month?
Yes.
So is she, does she have a job already?
Not yet, almost.
I always ask people that I have relatives in my family now, there are 3. I'm like, shouldn't they be reading War and Peace? What's going on? Because you always feel as though you're behind on things. I ended up going to the bookstore and I'm like, is this what they're teaching children in preschool? Is somebody supposed to know how to do fractions? What? So what have you learned from your parenting classes?
Just to keep my really healthy with my wife.
Okay,
So we never separate.
All
And
right, stop moving around because we're losing you. So what did you-
sorry. To keep my relationship healthy with my children and my wife so that they never have to go through separation or see how divorce can affect the parents and the children in many ways. And it affects a lot of children from teens. It could be their infants, and it puts them through a lot, and it makes them think to themselves that it's their fault in many times, and it's difficult for parents to explain to them why it's not their fault, and it's up to the parents if they want to tell the truth why they would have a divorce. But on my behalf, that's not my case, and that's what I took from that course.
Okay. And what did you learn from defensive driving?
To drive really safely at all times and not to put anything at risk, and always know in my good to know I could handle driving and not to pick up the keys if I feel like I can't drive for any reason.
All right, so here's the thing. You have a 1-month-old daughter, and what I can tell you is with daughters, they look at you as to what is a healthy relationship. And they say that usually when daughters end up selecting a husband, it's usually based upon what their father has taught them. And they see how their father treats their mother, and then they're accepting of that. So you need to make sure that you're setting good examples for her, okay?
Yes, ma'am, of course.
All right, so you all are asking for early termination?
Judge, so the court was going to give him credit for his community service hours if he completed the parenting course.
Yes.
The course that he was supposed to complete for the driving course, it indicates on my notes, aggressive driving.
Mhm.
So will the court give him the credit for taking the defensive driving course?
Yes, and there may have been a miscommunication from the court, but I have a notation in my notes, defensive driving. So maybe that was changed at the last minute, but I didn't write it down. So I'll give him credit for the defensive driving.
Okay, Judge. So with the credit for the parenting course and his COVID vaccine, that leaves no community service hours left. The only other concern that his officer has is that he's made no payments, but her recommendation was to continue his probation, but that was before there was proof that he completed those classes. So at this point, I would defer to the court.
All right. So State, on this case, Mr. Mancata appears that he's learned what he needed to learn from probation. He's been on probation since 2022 for evading arrest, detention in a vehicle. He's completed parenting classes, and normally I will give people their credit for their community service hours if they completed parenting classes. So I'm going to do that in your case, of course. The only thing he has is some outstanding fees, but he has children to support.
Are you asking us to speak to the early termination?
Yes.
I'm sorry, yeah, we have no objection to that. Mr. Moncada has appeared to all of his compliance hearings timely and made all the appointments that he did. I know even when we were, when he had his appointments for the DMV and everything, and so we have no objection to that.
All right. All right. So, Mr. Moncada, don't
Yes,
go out celebrating. All right. I'm going to sign the motion, the request. Well, I'm going to grant the request for early termination. So
Okay.
you'll be off of probation, but I'm sorry, what? Okay. So make sure that you followed through on everything that you need to do for your baby girl. You understand?
yes,
Because you don't want to get caught up where you have to go to jail and then you miss out on the milestones for your daughter. You understand?
yes, I understand.
All right. Good luck to you.
Okay, thank you so much. Do I have to report to my PO?
All right. Thank you.
May I finally be excused on
No,
this
you
matter?
cannot be excused. Your client is still on the screen.
I'll call him. Thank
All
you.
right. You're welcome. Is there anything I need to sign for this? All right, Mr. Moncada, you're excused. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, you too.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
I stand at a door with no knock, no plea. Your silence like a shadow that won't set me free. I light a candle for birthdays we never share. Half a life unfolding, yet you're never there. It's ambiguous, this space between your heart and mine. You're alive on paper, but vanished in time. No goodbye inside, no letter to explain. I love you in the quiet, even through the pain. I trace your name in dust on the windowsill at dawn. Hold memories in fragments, somehow you're both here and gone. I fold your photographs into a chest of might have been. Ambiguous loss, I'm left holding on to thin. It's ambiguous, this space between your heart and mine. You're alive on paper, but vanished in time. No goodbye inside, no letter to explain. I love you in the quiet, even through the pain. I write letters with empty ink, pages filled with air. Seal them with kisses that drift beyond your stare. I watch seasons turn color on an uncalled day. Faith and frustration dancing in this weight. It's ambiguous, this space between your heart and mine. You're alive on paper, but vanished in time. No goodbye inside, no letter to ambiguous, this space between your heart and mine, still alive in my heartbeat, though you've left no sign, no answer, no closure, just questions that remain. I love you in the silence, through every loss and gain. In limbo I linger, where love has no design, ambiguous forever, your heartbeat next to mine. I stand at a door with no knock, no plea or silence, like a shadow that won't set me free. I light a candle for birthdays we never share, half a life unfolding yet you're never there. It's ambiguous, the space between your heart and mine. You're alive on paper but vanished in time. No goodbye inside, no letter to explain. I love you in the quiet, even through the pain. I trace your name in dust on the windowsill at dawn, hold memories and fragments, somehow you're both here and gone. I fold your photographs into a chest it might have been, ambiguous loss I'm left holding on to thin. It's ambiguous, the space between your heart and mine. You're alive on paper but vanished in time. No goodbye inside, no letter to explain. I love you in the quiet, even through the pain. I write letters with empty ink, pages filled with air, seal them with kisses that drifts beyond your stare. I watch seasons turn color on an uncalled date, faith and frustration dancing in this weight. It's ambiguous, the space between your heart and mine. You're alive on paper but vanished in time. No goodbye inside, no letter to explain. I love you in the quiet, even through the pain. I hold two truths you breathe somewhere out of sight, and yet you're ghosting every room I light. I'll keep hope flickering on love's fragile flame, ambiguous, unanswered, still I whisper your name. It's ambiguous, the space between